Alright guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit different. Today's video, I'm going to do my version of the springlock scene from the FNAF movie. Because a lot of people hate on the springlock scene for how it was in the FNAF movie because it wasn't brutal enough, or something about William Afton said, "I always come back too fast," or something like that. Let's be honest, no matter how good the scene was, people would still complain about it. If it was super bloody, people would say it would be too bloody for the younger audiences. I do agree it could have been a little bit more brutal, but this is how I would have wrote it. We resume in the same scenario as the movie, where William Afton is surrounded by all the animatronics, where he then realizes that they have turned on him and that they will no longer follow his commands. He realizes that they now know who their killer is and that he stands right before them. Afton attempts to taunt the animatronics, but it has no effect on them. They are now set on taking him out. William then attempts to make a run for it, but is quickly stopped in his tracks by Bonnie. Bonnie would whack Afton in the kneecaps with his guitar, which would set off the spring locks in his legs. Afton would then collapse to his knees, groaning in pain. As the blood slowly seeped out of his suit, the spring locks would grow tighter. You could hear his leg bones crunching. Foxy would then slash at him with his hook, leaving a deep cut on Afton's arm. The blood would then cause more spring locks to fail, crushing Afton's arm. Afton would then attempt to stand up, but then Chica would throw her cupcake at him. The cupcake would then bite a hole in Afton's suit, causing the spring locks to fail in the torso. Afton now had 6 sharp pieces of metal stabbing into his abdomen. He would then attempt to remove the suit, but it would only cause the spring locks to tighten. The spring locks would then tear Afton's flesh open, revealing his rib cage underneath. Afton now collapsed on his knees, accepting his fate. Finally, Freddy Fazbear himself walks up to Afton and picks up the Spring Bonnie mask. And right as Freddy is about to put the mask onto Afton, he says his iconic line, "Like Zoink Scoobs, I always come back." And then Freddy puts the mask on Afton and sets off the spring locks. Blood would then start to leak out of the mask, and Afton would collapse to the floor, gurgling and choking on his own blood. We would then cut to black, while the animatronics dragged Afton into the back room, while Golden Freddy sat in the distance and watched. I had to do so many retakes here, trying to make sure I got my narrations right. So, what did you guys think about this little narration here? If you liked it, would you like me to do more things like this in the future? Let me know.